kiss is still a kiss. A sigh is just a sigh. The fundamental things apply.
Okay, I would like to welcome everyone to episode 25. That's a quarter of a century of Dinner with Dan. Today is March 1st, 2026, and we are taping from Rowe Avenue in Dayton's historic Five Oaks neighborhood, which was developed over 100 years ago, providing tree-lined brick streets with houses whose houses all have inviting front porches to foster knowing and being friends with your neighbors, right?
Which is what we do.
Which is what we do. Tonight at the table, we have table regulars Nan Whaley, Sam Braun, Dia, our new resident teenager, to let us know what's happening with the young folk, Paul Duncan Robinson back from Maine, and of course, Eddie, my son. Kate, once again, has received an excused absence as her flooded basement continues to be a major problem. She is now fighting City Hall and an insurance company, and it's a two-front war for our Kate.
Oh, that's terrible.
We hope she wins. Special guest tonight has flown in all the way from the nation's capital, Washington, D.C., to be with us because tonight we're going to talk about her favorite movie, which is also my favorite movie, Casablanca. Like many of you who have special friends, this special guest is a very special friend, especially to everybody at the table, but especially to Nan Whaley.
That's right, Danny.
Her name is Crystal King. So, with further ado, you have to you got to introduce yourself and tell the listeners a little bit about yourself. That's the rules.
And pass the port.
And pass the port.
Crystal. I am originally from Dayton, grew up in the Oregon District, the best area of Dayton, in my opinion. Although we didn't have these fabulous gatherings in the Oregon District when I was growing up. Let's see, I lived in the same house my parents lived in the same house for close to 50 years in the Oregon District.
Oh, wow.
They now live in Xenia, sadly.
Had to get to a one-story, right?
Yeah, they had to go to a one-story. I fly back relatively frequently because my dad isn't in the best health, but he is still his usual crazy, feisty self, along with my mother. I live in D.C. I work for the AFL-CIO, Go Labor. I've known Nan for 30 years?
30 years, girl, this August.
30 years. We first met at a beer truck at a Democratic Party picnic, and it was love at first sight.
There you go.
Anything else I should include, Dan?
Where did you get married?
Well, I got married at the D.C. courthouse officially, and then I got married with the actual wedding ceremony in Paris, France, and as my husband and I like to say to one another, we'll always have Paris.
That's why I wanted to get that in there.
Oh, it's right. Casablanca.
That's why I wanted to get that in there.
That's great. Welcome,
Okay.
Crystal.
So.
Also, we should say it was Crystal's idea to start the podcast.
Oh, it was?
She came to Sunday dinner when we weren't doing podcasts, and she said, Dan, you're so entertaining. You should do a podcast with this dinner.
It is very true.
Oh, and I always thought it was your idea.
No, it was Crystal. She was there, and we were like, oh, we could do it. She was there, and that's the impetus of it.
Yeah, Crystal. Regretted it ever since.
Wow.
Regretted it ever since, Eddie? Ouch. Ouch.
Okay, so what we do, dear listeners know, we go around the table, and we talk about what we've done. And this alleged thing that I have about you can't talk about work, it's true. We don't talk about work. So go ahead.
I'm sorry, I just talked about work.
No, you're okay because you're a special guest.
Okay.
This week, I drove to Columbus 3 times.
Wow.
Cincinnati 3 times, Columbus 3 times.
For work.
for work, which we don't talk about.
Well, you can say that.
Yeah.
We
Yes.
get these rules in writing. I think these rules are unevenly applied.
Nobody said this was a democracy.
We're fighting for a democracy.
Not at the dinner table.
And then Sam and I went to dinner. Sam and I went to dinner Friday night with Ellen Belcher and Dennis Slanger. And the discussion was mostly about how Dan Garris has completely transformed the monthly judges' lunches at MCL Cafeteria.
Yeah.
And that Dennis was like, I have never heard so many great stories. It's amazing. Dan has completely changed how these judge meetings, they're so entertaining.
Dan has the best stories.
He does. I told Dennis that only half of them are true.
But you just don't know which half.
Exactly. But he didn't seem to care. He was like so into it.
Well, I will say they're like movies, based upon.
So we had a great time there, and then we had dinner with Sam's, some of the people Sam works with last night.
Where did you go to dinner?
Friday night we went to Bizteca, and Saturday night we went to Table 33.
Okay.
And Table 33 has these private rooms. And it was really good food, wasn't it, at Table 33?
Now that's
It
in
was
the
very
arcade
good.
now?
Where is it?
Yeah.
It's in the arcade.
I have to go. I haven't been to the arcade since I was in like junior high.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. They had, and then at the arcade last night was adult prom, and they do it as themes, and it was Alice in Wonderland. So all these Mad Hatters were there.
Yeah.
Now I want to go to the arcade and go to adult prom.
Gilbert was last night.
Well, you gotta wait a year.
Darn it.
Oh, and for dinner we're having green beans,
Oh, forgot to talk about dinner. Jeez.
and mashed potatoes, a pork loin with a fig in the middle of it, which I actually put the fig in myself
I wondered what that was.
to like
Ah,
fig to give it some taste.
that's interesting.
I don't like fig.
I'm shocked. And some Vive Clicquot
You're not gonna get me.
that Paul brought because, as we'll discuss the movie. They did not eat a bite in this movie. All they did was drink.
All they did was drink. We also have bourbon and cognac.
And what's funny is a lot of those drinks weren't finished. I was
They
appalled
were
that
always
they
spilling their
yeah,
drinks.
we're just getting
Oh,
up from the
leaving
table.
them.
Yeah,
No,
leaving
no.
them.
Leaving them behind.
Nan
Yeah.
is intentionally mispronouncing the name of the champagne to bait me. I'm not taking the bait.
What's the bait? Are you going to say how you say it? All right.
Oh, come on, Sam. Show us your snobbery of the French language. Come on, Sam.
Bouveia Clicaca.
Sam, you said it for her. You can say it for me. Say it again, Sam.
It's Veuve Clicquot.
Ah, there you go.
Looks a little beachy to me.
They actually have this name of the champagne
In the movie, they
in
say
the
they
movie. And
order.
they pronounce it correctly.
All
But it is
right.
very good
Victor
champagne.
Oslo orders.
Victor Laszlo, not Oslo.
Laszlo.
Laszlo, whatever. Okay, that's what I did this weekend.
So this is the champagne from the movie.
That's what they ordered.
Way cool.
That's why I was
Yeah.
like, get that. That's what
Just
I was.
so happens to be one of the best champagnes today.
There you
Why am I
go.
drinking my
Reasonable price.
champagne faster than everyone else?
I was eating my food. That was my week.
Okay, Sam, how about your week?
Well, the big thing I did was I went down to Louisville, Kentucky, where my sister had her appendix removed. And everything went very well. So she went home after the same day. Everything is fine. And so she's recovery's good. So I'm happy about that and came back Friday.
So how long were you down there for?
Just 3 nights.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you
just-
were
just to kind of help out
watching
if they-
Athena.
if they needed things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It ended up helping them distribute Girl Scout cookies. Is
All
actually-
right.
My sister's a troop leader, so they did that. And also, I do have an update. Casey LaHecca is doing well,
Oh, great.
and Bill thinks they may be heading home out of North Carolina in a few weeks. So,
You know,
good update there.
Casey LaHecca had kidney transplant.
Oh, no.
in North
Yeah.
Carolina. That's where they got the transplant. So she and Bill have been down in North Carolina for 3 months.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
conveniently missing this Albany winter.
Yeah.
They sent me a picture the other day. It was 75 degrees, and they went golfing.
He's been golfing with Steven.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's my update. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dia, you're up.
I had school.
No, I'll talk about it.
Yeah, school's not work.
Seems like work to me.
We'll talk about the gala.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Scholastics Gala was on Saturday. That was interesting. There were a lot of people there, and everybody's work was on display.
And
What works did you have displayed?
I had 2 photos and 2 prints from printmaking displayed.
and
Well, and I won 3 honorable mentions and a gold key.
Nice.
All right.
there we
So
go.
it was nice. And yeah, I think that was the only interesting thing I did. And did a little bit of pottery.
Yep. Very good at pottery. Because it's amazing when she doesn't even think it's that great at our house. Not a very thrilling week besides your big awards, Nadia.
And there's like a ceramics show in a few weeks, right?
Oh yeah,
Right.
it's called Soup Dressed Up. Where it's a fundraiser where they raise money by selling soup in bowls that you can buy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Stivers does it.
That's neat. I went to Stivers.
That's where Dia go.
You went to Stivers?
7th and 8th grade.
Oh, okay.
Then she went to CJ.
And I went to CJ. Go Eagles.
Eddie.
Your turn, Eddie.
My memory's not that good, but I just remember heartache and burial. How about you, Paul?
Headache and what?
Burial.
Failure.
Wow. Okay. That wasn't work related. I'm sorry. So I was in Maine for a whole week. I had an excused absence, and last time I had an excused absence, Sam asked if I got a note from my mom. So he was foreshadowing, because actually, Dan, I'd like to hand over my excused absence note from my mom.
Yeah.
If you want to read that.
Dear Judge Garris, please extend to our son Paul an excused absence for not participating in your podcast last Sunday. Although he very much enjoys the weekly camaraderie, he nonetheless chose wisely to travel to Maine to celebrate his mother's 80th birthday. Wow. Now, would you object to that? Surely not you, I hope. Thank you for understanding. Polly Robinson, Paul's mother.
All right.
I've seen your handwriting. I think, Paul, this is your handwriting.
It is not.
I was about to say, I feel like that's forged.
It is not.
Well, I'm going to keep this
Please
into
do.
the archives file.
Okay. So I was supposed to return on Monday, but due to the nor'easter storm and high winds, my flights out of Portland, Maine were canceled. So I had to spend an extra couple days,
Oh,
which
really?
yeah, I mean not the same as spending an extra couple days in Belize,
Yeah.
but it gave me an opportunity to go down to Portland, Maine, and curl with the Pine Tree Curling Club. Since I hadn't planned on doing that, I had to wear my emergency backup Club Garris shirt.
Oh, nice. It's gonna be nice.
It's from the 2012 year.
Well, that works.
And the guy that I was curling with, I asked him to take my picture, and he noticed that I think the O in go or row was the Obama campaign symbol. I mean, it is small, and I'm like, he's like, is that the Obama campaign symbol? I'm like, I'm looking at the shirt upside down. I'm like, sure. I mean, I just agreed with that. He says, well, I worked on the Obama campaign in 2008 in West Palm Beach. And I said, interesting. I said, well, I'm going to let you know that I worked on the 2004 Kerry campaign in Ohio. So we got to talking, and because of that experience, he's running for the Maine House of Representatives. And, yeah, kind of hit it off.
That's cool.
Yeah, but if it hadn't been for the Club Garris
Yeah.
shirt, like that would not have come up. And yeah, it was a good icebreaker for a change. Yeah.
Club Garris shirts are everywhere, including, and we'll get to this, I have a picture from in front of Rick's Cafe American
Nice.
in Casablanca, where with the Gracie Finn wearing a Club Garris shirt when she was in the Peace Corps there.
It's amazing.
So, Crystal, what have you done this week?
Let's see. It wasn't a very exciting week. As I drove home from work on Wednesday night, I suddenly couldn't see out of the peripheral vision of my right eye.
Oh no.
So I got home and asked my husband if my eyes looked okay. After telling me a joke, he then said, "They look fine, what's wrong?" And I said, "Well, I lost my vision in my peripheral, but it's fine now." He then decided I was having a stroke and made me go to the emergency room, where we hung out for about 5 to 6 hours at the emergency room, which, anyone who's been in an emergency room, especially later at night, it gets very exciting.
Is it like the pit?
It is like the pit. Maybe even a little bit more exciting than the pit because it's the middle of the night. But we didn't see a doctor. We finally left after my CT scan. But my oncologist texted me the next morning and seemed to indicate I didn't have any cancer in my brain. So I figured that's good enough. But I am going to see my doctor when I get home.
Good idea.
Yeah. Other than that, I flew in yesterday. My dad is getting his surgery to get a pacemaker installed on Tuesday. My mother will be at the spa tomorrow.
And then when do you go back?
I do not have a return flight yet. I figured it will be when my parents decide they are tired of me.
So you may be a guest next week as well.
I doubt it's going to last that long. I rarely last over a week.
Well, what do they say about fish after 3 days?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fish and guests.
Fish
After
and
3
guests.
days, they start to smell.
Yeah. My parents and I, we love each other. I love traveling with them and visiting with them, but there is a reason we live in separate states.
What about you, Danny?
This week, let me see what I do this week. Oh, the work on my upstairs continued. The guy, Eric from Northern Kentucky, is done with having cut the hole in the floor and got all the wiring and everything done. So now we're just waiting for the elevator company to show up, with the elevator to put the elevator in. So I'm hopeful by the end of the month I will be able to ride the elevator up and down. The back room got completely painted blue, so I'm very happy about that.
It's a very nice color.
Thank you. I've always wanted a blue room, so now I've got a blue room. Jimmy and George, who are the good friends of mine who are doing on the remodeling of the bathroom and doing that stuff upstairs, got the Debbie Owens created T-shirt of Virginia's shirts that she wore, hung over my bed upstairs.
Nice.
We put cathedral ceilings in when we moved here in 1996. And from 1996 until Friday, there was never any agreement about what the art should be above the bed. So it was completely vacant, bare.
For 30 years?
For 30 years. Yep. Completely bare for 30 years. No matter what I would buy, nope. No matter what she would buy, nope. Well, so finally, there's this massive quilt hanging above my bed, and I'm very happy about that.
Good.
And then, it was Legacy on Friday and Legacy on Saturday. So I always have a good time at Legacy. And then yesterday was my longtime bailiff Chuck Taylor's fish fry at Deca, which was the old
That's the one. We
Corpus
saw people,
Christi.
We saw people out there over there. We said, it's
Yeah.
got to be a fish fry.
Yeah, I was doing the back door. I've always done the back door for 25 years. That's my name, Backdoor Dan. And I do the...
Is this not safe for work, this podcast?
say what?
Sorry, go ahead.
Safe for work. Backdoor Dan.
Anyhow, it was a good fish fry. It's for Chuck Taylor's Dayton Nets. It's a basketball thing, and we Eagles. Now, The fish fry next Saturday, which I hope everybody goes to,
And Zabo.
is the Ann Zabo fish fry, which is a big one. She was our next door neighbor, passed away from brain cancer, but it funds the Ann Zabo Scholarship Fund
To
at
CJ.
CJ,
Nice.
and it is a big fundraiser, and it's done by the Corpus Christi Friars, which are some really good friends: Chuck Zabo, Jim Rouget, George Eaton, a whole bunch of people,
Marty
including
Garris.
Marty Garris, who could not fry because his wife, Julie, had a baby on Friday. So I was saving that till the end. On Friday, I got the text that they were on the way to the hospital, and then shortly thereafter, I got the text that she was at 10 centimeters, and then shortly after that, we got a baby. And then shortly after that, I got the name. Well, I got the weight first, then I got the name.
Yeah.
6 pounds, 12 ounces.
Yeah.
And the name is Vera Madison Garris.
I said it was a very nice name.
So we're all very, very excited about that.
We are so excited to have a new baby on the block. And Julie said 4 pushes and she was out.
Yeah.
Nice.
And the baby,
Julie has easy pregnancy.
yeah, the baby got home today.
So cute. And Izzy is
Yeah.
not revolted.
Well,
Oh, is he revolted?
I'll let Marty explain all that the next time he's guessing. But we're having a Izzy birthday party tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because I think it's actually her birthday.
on the 3rd. Her birthday is March 3rd.
Oh, so they're both born right next to one another.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So her birthday, I think, is
Tuesday.
Tuesday, because my dad's birthday is Wednesday. That's how. I
Okay.
remember. So
Yeah.
March
And mine's the 6th.
6th. Yep.
Yeah.
Big birthday week. March 26th is Dia's.
And
Gabe is 28.
Kate is March 28th, and
Yeah.
Marty's is.
March 24th.
We got
That's a
Yeah.
lot of birthdays.
Lot of
we got
birthdays, yeah.
in March.
And also tomorrow, Monday into Tuesday, is the Jewish holiday of Purim.
Yeah, Purim. Yeah.
Purim. And I'm the guy that orders stuff all the time from Zabar's and from Zimmerman's and in Ann Arbor.
If there's a catalog, Dad's ordering.
I get them. Yeah. Around Christmas time, I get 20 to 25 catalogs a day. It's awesome.
Oh, you can give me tips because also my big news
Yes.
this week was we canceled our Amazon membership.
Wow.
There you go.
Yeah.
Take
Why'd you
that,
do
Jeff
that?
Bezos.
Well, because Amazon is evil, but also because of the neighborhood I live in, DC, I guess is not safe enough for Jeff Bezos.
Oh.
It takes 3 days or more for me to get something delivered to my house, but my work, which is 2 miles away, can be delivered same day or next day.
That's
The
bullshit.
DC Attorney General is taking them to court
Good.
over it.
Good. That's bull.
But so you may need to send me some of your catalogs, Dan.
I will gladly do that. I get a bunch. Love catalogs. So anyhow, we're going to have a birthday Purim. I think it's called Purim party tomorrow. And so I've got the Purim cookies, and they also come with a thing called goggers, which are noise makers. So Izzy's pretty good at making noise, so there's going to be a lot of noise tomorrow.
3 years old.
3 years
Isabel
old.
Is.
Small and in charge
She
is
is a boss.
my
It's
Isabel.
her golden birthday.
Golden birthday.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's the week. Are you ready? for
We're
this
ready.
Best movie ever.
this is the best movie ever.
That is correct.
Okay, Crystal and I agree on this.
Yes.
My wife Virginia used to agree on it until The Last of Mohicans, starring Danny Day-Lewis, came out, and then Casablanca became her second favorite movie.
That's ridiculous.
Just wrong.
I know.
You can't.
Have you
can't
ever
do
seen Last of the Mohicans with
Yes.
Danny Day-Lewis?
Yes.
I would come down at night and she would be watching it down here often. She loved that movie. But anyhow, tonight is we're moving on. This is Casablanca was the 1943 Best Picture. It got the Oscar for Best Picture. It got the Oscar for Best Director, Michael Curtiz, and it got the Best Screenplay by the Epsteins and Cook. So it did 3 Oscars that year. As we all know,
Not the bad Epsteins.
Yeah.
Not the bad Epsteins, yeah, the good Epsteins, yeah. There you go. And it was a joint between the two, and if you really get into the history of Casablanca, you realize why it was important that they both be on it, because they both really, the two, I think they were two brothers, and the other guy brought different elements into the original play. The original play was called Everybody Comes to Rick. And anyhow, it was a Hal B. Wallace production, and it starred, as we all know, Humphrey Bogart as Rick Blaine, Ingrid Bergman as Ilse Lund, and Paul Heinrich as Victor Laszlo. Also, there was Peter Lorre in it, Sidney Greenstreet, Dooley Wilson. The list just goes on and on and on of famous actors and character actors that were in it. And I think, I get it on DVD, and I love DVD because you get extra content. Streaming, you don't get that, You just get what Bezos gives you. But on DVDs, you get the extra content. And the extra content on this DVD was Lauren Bacall, who was Bogey's last wife, is the narrator of the documentary. And she says it about this is Casablanca. Once you cross the threshold, you will be caught in the mystical spell of romance, mystery, intrigue, and danger. So I think that pretty much really sums it up. Back in, I think, as late as 2004, I haven't seen the updated one, but the American Film Institute rated Casablanca as the number 2 all-time movie behind Citizen Kane. Now, that may have changed.
I feel Citizen Kane is overrated.
We had that was 2
We had
weeks
a
ago.
big discussion about
Oh,
that
sorry,
one.
sorry.
No, that's
No,
all
no,
right,
no.
because How Green Was My Valley won Best Picture over Citizen Kane. And so we watched How Green Was My Valley, which Dia really liked.
I like it better than this one.
Oh, you really liked that movie. That's so interesting.
You're gonna have to leave the table.
So anyhow, and then also, just as an aside, the song As Time Goes By the same Film Institute
I love
is
that
also rated the number 2 song
Behind what?
Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's kind of a hard one to
Although
argue
As
with.
Time Goes By wasn't supposed to be the song. that
Well,
was
we'll
in
get
it.
into
Oh,
that.
sorry,
yeah,
sorry.
yeah, we'll get into that.
We always jump
Oh,
in.
yeah, we like
Sorry,
to steal
sorry.
Dan's thunder. on
Sorry,
some of these.
sorry, Dan. Sorry.
So as it
Paul,
was,
can you get the pitcher of water? Thanks.
okay. So as it was based on a play called Everybody Comes to Rick, it was bought for at that time a record price for an unproduced play. It had never been produced on or off Broadway. All the other stuff had been produced one way or the other, or it was a novel, but this was an unproduced play. And so it's a very, very interesting movie. So many great lines in it.
So many great
So many
lines.
great lines.
So many great lines. And so what I'm going to do is, because people have said that I hog the conversation.
Who says that?
People.
Like your listeners?
People.
For shame, it's called Dinner with Dan.
Yeah, it's not
People.
dinner with.
I'm not gonna name names, but people.
That's some bullshit.
So but anyhow, we're going to open it up, and maybe from time to time, with my notes that I've taken, I might interject
I
something.
hope so.
Like how the song. As
Okay.
Time Goes By. Is
Yeah.
Well,
not
we'll
the
start with that.
original
Yeah, that's
song.
right, because that song is so great.
Okay.
You must remember this.
That song, one of the writers of the play was, I believe, a guy named Burnett. Let me make sure I got it right, because I don't want to get fact checked. I think it was Burnett.
I'll sing one day. As time goes
Can I ask a? You keep looking. Yeah. Can I ask a general podcast dinner question?
Yeah.
Do we keep our plates here the whole time during the podcast? Because it sort of bothers me.
No, we can take them away. We do it. We've done it both
Sometimes I'll
ways.
get up and clear them.
Okay.
Look at this. Polly's on
Oh,
it.
thanks, Paul.
Polly's one of the strongest regulars of the podcast. He gets the water. He busses the tables.
I'm sorry.
Sam only does it if you beg him. Paul just does it right away.
Not true.
Moonlight and love songs, never hard to take.
Hurry, Dan, hurry.
Hearts full of passion, jealousy and hate. Woman needs man, and man must have his mate. That no one can deny.
Dan, you don't want Nan and I singing all night, okay?
So anyhow, I can't. I think the guy's name was Burnett, but anyhow, while he was at Cornell, he went to Cornell.
Okay.
His favorite song was "As Time Goes By." There was a 1931 recording of it done by Rudy Valley,
Yes.
and he loved it, and he played it over and over and over, and it drove all his friends crazy. Oh, I just found it. Here it is. Burnett and Allison wrote the play. And it was his favorite song. He played it over and over and over again. Much like I like MacArthur Park by
God.
Jimmy
Oh
Rudd,
my God. I heard that song
sung by Richard
for the
Harris.
first time because David and I just watched Beetlejuice.
It's in it, yeah.
And I was like, this song is insane.
I beg
And
your
I
pardon.
swear I'd
That's
never
right.
heard it before. And then I learned the woman at the Olympics did her free skate to it.
Yeah.
And I was
and
like,
got the gold medal.
what? I'm
Sam,
sorry, that was completely off topic.
Dan
But,
is so excited about that.
oh my God.
MacArthur Park is never off topic at dinner with Dan. We talk about it
That
almost every
song,
week.
like, do you listen to the words of that song? Like,
Spring was never waiting for us, girl. It
and-
ran one step ahead as we followed in the dance.
Oh my God. Okay, let's keep
Beneath the parted
keep going,
pages.
Dan. Let's keep going. I can't.
All the sweet green icing flowing down. I don't think that I
Oh
can
my
take
God.
it
I mean, what does
because
that
it took so long to
mean?
bake it, and I'll never have that recipe again.
Oh my God. Okay, let's
It
go.
is-
Oh, don't yell at the puppy.
It is love that is lost, that was there that is lost. Oh my God. Anyhow, so we're going to move on.
Thank God.
So anyhow, that was his favorite song, and they wrote the thing, so he wrote it into it.
But then they were going to do something else?
Well, just a minute.
Okay.
Max Steiner, who had been hired to do the composer for the film, he had, he did Gone with the Wind, he did King Kong, he did The Searchers. He's a big-time famous composer. He was very upset with the song. He told his wife, they have the lousiest tune and they have it recorded, and they want me to use it. He hated it.
As time goes by?
He hated it. He did not want to use it, but they kept it in. And he put it in the movie, the theme of it, over 24 different times. So there is this Hollywood legend. I don't know if it's true or not. Some books say it's true. Lauren Bacall's documentary said it was true. A couple books I have said it, no, it's just Hollywood legend. That they didn't like it. Warner Brothers, the suits at Warner Brothers did not like it. They wanted it done over. They wanted to change the song, but Ingrid Bergman had already left
And
to
cut her
film.
hair.
Yeah, to film For Whom the Bells Toll, because she was just on loan to Warner Brothers. So she went back to whatever studio she came from. So that's a Hollywood legend. Who knows if it's true or not? But anyhow, so that's how we ended up with As Time Goes By.
And As Time Go By was not eligible for the Oscar because it had been released previously. That's why it wasn't nominated
Yeah, for Best Song.
Oh, the original song.
Yeah.
It's so good. That
Can you
song.
tell I have the box set DVD of Casablanca?
You got
and-
the DVDs going like Dan.
yeah.
Well, why do you like this movie so much, Crystal?
It's just got everything in it. It's got, excitement, romance, action. It's got a sad ending, sort of.
Sort of.
Plus, I actually had never seen Casablanca until I saw When Harry Met Sally. And then I saw it and I was like, they keep talking about this movie.
So great in When Harry Met Sally.
And so I was like, I must watch this movie. And When Harry Met Sally was my favorite movie until I watched Casablanca.
And then Casablanca went over When Harry Met Sally.
Went over When Harry Met Sally.
So the scene in When Harry Met Sally when they're in the car.
And they're talking about, why does she get on the plane with Victor Laszlo and all that
Yeah.
stuff. And then you see her change as the movie
because
goes over.
in the she's doing the Aquanet hairspray, and she's like, yes. And so would any women are very practical, just like
Even
Ingrid
Ingrid
Bergman. That's why she gets on the plane at the end of the movie. Anyone else would do the same. And then Billy Crystal says, "Oh, I see."
You've just never had great sex.
And then she's like, "That's not true.
I've had plenty of great sex.
I've had plenty of great sex," to the whole diner.
And they go
The
completely
diner goes
silent.
completely silent.
But then she changes her mind as the movie goes
Yeah,
on.
she's like, "I never said
But
that."
David and I were debating after we just watched the movie again this week.
Casablanca?
Yes. And he was like, no, I think she loves Victor Laszlo. And like, Rick was a former love of hers. And I said, no, if you notice in the movie, Victor Laszlo says to her, I love you, before he leaves to go meet the people, at the meeting they were having, the underground meeting. She never says, I love you back.
She
to
never
him.
says "I love you" to Victor Laszlo.
Correct.
I agree. I think it's like a comment about your love versus duty.
Yeah.
Like, and so duty is what that famous. I mean, that last speech that Bogart gives, like, it's so famous you can almost recite it, right?
Yeah.
That 3 people's
Don't amount to a hill of beans
in
and
this world,
yeah.
yeah. And so, like, all of that, like, it's all about duty, but you can tell she still loves Rick at the end.
yeah.
In the documentary,
Yeah.
Lauren Bacall says, Ilsa is in love with one man and devoted to the cause of another.
Duty. Duty, yeah. That's
Yeah.
why she did it.
Yeah.
I think in a lot of ways this movie just perfectly encapsulates where America is in 1942. The sense of duty, of putting your country ahead of your personal
Self.
Feelings, yeah.
feelings and ambition. And also, because we don't know who's going to win the war when they're making this.
Yeah.
They release
Yeah, we do.
No, we don't.
No, we
No,
don't.
they're making this in 42. They release it in January of 43. The turning point battles in the war aren't until the end of 42. So we don't know, but I feel like it really encapsulates even the last words, the last scene. This is the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Which is a
just
great
idea
last
that
scene.
we
Yeah.
survive to fight on, and we don't know if we're gonna win, but we know we're in the fight for another day.
And Dan, you looked at me crazy when I said, it was a sad ending. It is a sad ending in terms of, I wish that Ilsa would have stayed and, but she left and got on the plane. So it's sad in that way for me. But in terms of like, it's hopeful overall in general for me, especially, them walking off at the end and it's a beautiful friendship or whatever. But it was sad that she got on the plane and she did not feel she was able to stay with the love of her life.
At the end of the movie, after the end of the filming, they weren't happy with how it ended. Because they did rewrites and rewrites and rewrites all through the movie, different scenes. A month later, they brought Bogart back to the studio to say, Louis, this will be the start of a beautiful friendship.
Yeah.
It's a great last line. Best last
And-
line ever.
Great line.
Yeah. And that made everybody happy.
Yeah.
That was the ending that they needed to have.
Yeah.
He should have died. In my opinion.
What?
He
What?
should have died.
You're just
Why?
provocative.
He had his character arc. He was done.
I do always wonder, why wasn't he able to return to America? Was it because he murdered somebody?
No, he said
Or
it
is
was
that
all.
the romantic with me?
Yeah.
He said why?
I think, didn't he say all three?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
I think in the movie.
A
Yeah.
combination of all.
Combination of all. See, Eddie watched the movie, I'm telling you.
Eddie's watched 3 movies now.
Yeah.
That's
They're all
exciting.
bad.
But can we also talk about
Except
how
for all Quiet on
many
the Western Front.
fabulous lines there are
Yes,
in
let's-
this
let's-
movie?
let's do them, let's
Like,
do them.
oh my God, there's just so many. Like,
Here's-
Of all the gin joints and
and
all
all
the
the
towns
towns
and all the
world,
world,
she walked into mine.
You hear that one repeated a
Although
lot.
my favorite line is the "I'm shocked to find
love
gambling
that one.
going on in here." And then
Here's
they
your
hand
winnings.
him.
Here's your winnings.
Yeah.
Winning, sir.
Oh, thank
That,
you,
will,
thank you.
that is always my favorite line.
I like that line. I mean, obviously, play it again, Sam.
Yeah.
Here's looking
Here's-
at you,
yeah.
kid. But there's a line that is used sometimes that's a little more like you don't hear it as much. It's like at the front, and Rick is talking to Louis, and he says, "Why'd you come to Casablanca?" And he
For
says,
the water.
"I came for the water."
Yeah.
And he says, "We're in a desert." I was misinformed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's just like throughout the whole movie, there's just lines that just
Oh.
sort of pop
Oh.
all
the
over the
German-
place.
The German officer is saying, "Oh, those Americans, they just stumble around,
Blunder.
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 They blunder around." And then the Frenchman says, "Well, yeah, the Americans and I, we blundered our way into Berlin in 1918."
Yeah.
Tia, which line did
Yeah.
you like?
Not today, not tomorrow, but soon and for the rest of your
For
life.
the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
For me, the lines
Maybe
made the
not
movie
today.
just because I wasn't as interested in the love interest, but it made, for me, the movie just seemed to go at a quicker pace because of all the dialogue and interactions and just going from one scene to another.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a under 2 hour movie, which is somewhat
a
unusual,
tight
but
hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah.
It is.
moves
Yeah.
fast.
Yeah.
They could have made that much longer.
I'm
and
glad
it
they
probably
did.
wouldn't have been as good.
me,
It's
yeah.
just
Nice.
perfect. the
Very
way it
tight,
is.
and the lines throughout are just like fabulous.
Yeah, I mean, even even the lines that aren't famous, like the bartender, "I love you, but he pays me." Like, you know.
Or when he does the roulette table and lets the woman win, and he's like, "How are we doing tonight?" And he goes, "Much worse than we
We
were."
could,
Yeah.
but better than worse than I thought we'd be.
Yeah.
Well, that scene. Can we talk about that scene with the woman from Bulgaria and that was very moving. I always forget until I see the movie how I think this movie, it can get really kitschy, right? Because it's been so famous and all the lines.
Yeah.
And it's been spoofed on SNL and spoofed here and there. But there's that part where they're really trying to dig out Rick's personality and what he values, and how tough war is and how desperate people are.
Mm-hmm.
I think they do a really good job of humanizing the desperation of war.
Yeah.
In that moment with that.
Yeah,
with
you know-
that young
Well, I
woman.
think they kind of do it throughout it's not really heavy over the movie, but I
Yeah.
think throughout the movie, they have them going to the resistance meeting, and they have the guy with the ring and, discussing everything. And there's sort of this through line, and the line where Bogart is talking to Vicini, who, and he's like, I don't sell, that's the line, I don't, sell
Sell humans.
humans. And he's like, that's the best, way to make money. And I forget exactly, it's a great line, but it's like, that's the best way to make money in Casablanca is the sell
selling
of humans.
Yeah.
I mean, it's clearly making money off of the ones with money, and then that helps them do a good deed every now and then.
Yeah.
Right.
And I like the fact that because he has to maintain that air of mystery, so he doesn't drink with the customers allegedly, and so he's still.
Well, he was saving his drink for Ilsa.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it just messes with Louis so much.
Yeah.
When he does it, Louis is like, what is happening?
Yeah.
Well, what do we make of the French character? How they portray Louis in
Oh,
this.
he's magnificent. Claude Rains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is magnificent.
Yeah.
Say more about it, Dan.
It's hard to beat Claude Rains anyhow as an actor.
Yeah.
And he is indeed the comic relief of the movie. Because you think, this is a drama, this is a romance, but it's got such great comedy in
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And when Captain Renault is in there, it is comedy. It is round up the usual suspects.
Oh, that's another
Yeah.
famous one, Roundup.
And
They even made a movie.
Yeah, they even made a movie
Yeah.
with that. Yeah.
Usual Suspects.
Yeah. And I mean, every time he's in there, it's just hysterical.
Yeah.
He is definitely the comic relief. But you get the feeling deep down that, yeah, he's okay. And especially there at the end when he opens the bottle of Vichy water, then throws it in, and then walks off to go to Brazzaville with Rick.
He wants to resist, but
Yeah.
he's kind of waiting to see if he can get away with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when
I think he
when Rick
resists in
kills-
his way.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he kind he kind of lets Rick
Yeah.
take him prisoner and go out to the airport, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
when Rick kills the German, then he knows he can join him, that he can get away with it. And
Yeah.
he can.
And Louis fortunate to be in Casablanca because it's kind of a gray area, right? I mean, it's
Yeah.
nominally run by,
Right.
Vichy France, but, German influence. And so he can play all sides and kind of carve out a niche for himself. While, like Sam said, he figures out what he's going to really do.
Yeah.
Also, I love Ingrid Bergman's hats. They're so great.
Oh, yeah.
They're the best
The
outfits.
little circle one that goes around. I
Yeah.
like that one.
I love them all. She's dressed so amazing.
So I have one thing that I hate in the movie, and that is the piano playing is so fake.
Oh,
It drives me batty. It really drives me batty.
In the movie, Dooley Wilson soundtrack, he played and sang everything.
No, he sang it, but he does not play piano. He doesn't play the piano.
He sang it.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. He's such a fantastic singer, and he's so good in the movie in general. But you can tell that he's not playing the piano, and it drives me batty.
We have a piano snob with us. So piano snob. We've got a French snob and a piano snob.
I did take piano for a
You
large
did?
number of years. Yes.
Whoa, ho, ho, ho.
Yeah.
I stand corrected. Okay. I've been fact checked.
But no, they do say in one of the many documentaries I've watched on it that he does not play
But he
piano.
sings.
Which, oh yeah, and he's a fantastic
Yeah.
singer, like in real life, and but like when you're watching him, he's like.
I didn't watch that, so I'll have to go back
No.
and watch it.
Well,
Paul,
That's the only-
you
that's the
wouldn't
only-
notice if you weren't looking.
That's the only thing that bothers me.
Okay.
Now, keep in mind, I've seen the movie probably 5 billion times at this point, so like you start to notice.
So
all the
since
little
you
things.
brought the piano up,
Yes.
in December of 2012, Sotheby's sold the upright piano. That
Did you
sang-
buy it? Are you going to unveil it here at the podcast?
In December of 2025 or 2012, Sotheby's sold the upright that Sam uses in the Sam. I need your pronunciation, Montmar.
Monmart.
Yeah, a cafe for $602,000.
That
Not even-
seems that seems like
Well-
a steal.
I think that was a steal.
You did buy it, and it is here. You're going to unveil it. I'm so excited.
She's a rule breaker from Washington D.C.
It's in the basement.
You know,
basement
Those people in Washington D.C. they never treat people in the flyover place right.
We hate the flyover, man. Yeah.
So then, anyhow, in November of 2014, the upright from Rick's Cafe, where the letters of transport were hidden,
That Louis couldn't find because he's not musical.
That's
yeah.
correct. Not
was
musically
sold by
inclined.
Bonhams, which is another big auction house, for $3.4 million.
That sounds more like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in that same auction, the letters of transit were sold for $118,000.
Wow. Wow.
So where's the piano, Dan?
I'm actually buying art right now, not pianos. But that's
That's another.
that's another
That's another
story.
story
So
for
Paul,
another
what do you?
day.
How does this movie land for you overall?
I will choose it as the best one for me that
That
we've
you've-
seen so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you watch Miniver last week?
Yes.
What'd you think of it?
I enjoyed it. I mean, I texted Dan a comment that the notes said that it was a middle class family. I'm like, well, they weren't middle class; they just weren't aristocratic.
Right.
But
You're
I
not
enjoyed
class.
it for saying I like the dialogue, and I felt it was fast paced enough.
Yeah.
Although
Yeah.
middle class back in the day was much different
Smaller,
than
too,
middle
yeah.
class is. Like middle class back in the day, you had a live-in maid,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that was middle class. Like you had your clothes made for you. It wasn't like you ordered from Amazon is evil, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, they truly were in the middle. I mean, between the upper
Everybody
class
has
and the
to-
Yeah.
But it was
aristocracy.
uppity. They had the two
Yeah.
people. I felt that. So this is your favorite?
Yes.
It beats it all?
Yes.
Now, Dia, it doesn't beat it for you because How Green Was My Valley. Why do you like How Green Was My Valley better than Casablanca?
I really enjoyed the story, and I really like the fact that they all sing together.
Oh, that they sing together in
Yeah.
How Green Was My Valley. What do you think of this movie?
I think I liked it. I think the love triangle was like perfect. And everybody was where they were supposed to be, so I was very satisfied with it. But It's not as good as Halloween was my Valley.
There you go. And Eddie, you hated it?
No, it was a good movie. It was
What's happening?
High praise.
an okay movie.
Okay. What'd you think?
The French are evil. I like that.
That's your take?
Which French are you talking about?
He just likes to mess with the French for Sam, I think.
Still goes back to the skating judge. That's the problem.
Yeah.
The skating judge.
I did pick up something on
Oh, yeah.
this last watch was how poo-pooey they were to the Italians.
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
And so when you know the Italian history, which David and I paused the movie and discussed, you know, how the Italians were sort of a bunch of morons
There's
throughout
no
the-
respect.
Well, they kind of were in
Right.
that world, though.
during the war that
Not only are they fascist, but they can barely defeat Ethiopia.
Right,
They
so-
guys
So
defeat
there's no
Ethiopia.
respect for
So
them.
the way that they treat the Italians in the movie
I know,
is
it's funny.
entertaining, knowing the backstory.
Right, I saw that.
Yeah.
Too.
But it was interesting
that
that
was fun.
the war, I mean, the actual war, didn't intrude on this one as much as it did Mrs. Miniver.
Right.
I mean, we know the context. We know because the Germans are there. We know there's a war. They deliberately set this in early December 1941, so right before December 7th, Pearl Harbor Day. That was deliberate. You don't really get the sense that there's like a war, a hot war going on like you did in Mrs. Miniver.
That's true. That's true.
Another thing I noticed is they talk of concentration camps. It is very interesting. So this is 1941-42, and they're talking about concentration camps, that he was in a concentration camp. With this time, concentration camps are not widely known
Well,
in
they
the West
don't know
that
this.
they even existed.
It's the death
It's
camps that
not-
don't know.
Maybe they don't know the.
That's fair.
Yeah.
And
It's
it's
the
fair
death
that maybe
camps.
they don't know the scope or who they're
Yeah,
they're
that's a
putting
good
there.
point, Eddie.
It's
But
the
it's
death
interesting
camps.
But yeah, these are
they're talking
contemporary.
about
The
this
more
early.
people knew than.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, but
concentration
they're
camps are
doing this
normal.
for-
Did
like
you
a
not
broad-
watch the World War II in America?
Yeah, I understand there are people sweeping it under the rug, and they never mention how Laszlo has got to be Jewish. They don't talk about that at all. But I wouldn't think in 1942 an American audience would even have any idea what a concentration camp
or it'd
was.
find
I
its
don't
way-
think it would have been known to the mainstream that who they're releasing this movie.
Well, I think Eddie's point is a good one here. Like, when we think of this is why I like to watch these old movies. When we think of concentration camp, we think of all we know about concentration
Mhm.
camps.
Well, the death camps specifically.
Right. Specifically, Auschwitz, all of that.
Yeah.
Dachau. They think of concentration camps oh yeah, they put the gays in there. They
We put the Japanese in concentration camps.
yeah,
They're
exactly.
just thinking of it like it's a bad prison.
Yes.
Yeah.
Much like we did with the Japanese.
But still, for that
Yeah.
term to make it into the script,
And
it-
it's used several times.
I think,
Well,
yeah,
it's
I
part
know,
of
I
the-
noted
it's
that too.
part of
Sam.
It's part of the story because she
Yeah.
thinks he's dead.
Yep.
Well, in the
But he's in a
play,
camp.
I think he ends up in a camp. In the play, he does. I read that online.
He is in a camp in the.
Well, I mean, Leck ends up in the camp instead of
In the play?
Yeah, instead of going off in the sunset.
Well, this is a much better
yeah.
ending than that.
Well, he had his character arc, so.
The back to something I wrote it down. Rick asks Sam, if it's December 1941 in Casablanca, what time is it in New York? I'll bet they're asleep in New York. I'll bet they're asleep all over America. So that's
illusion,
really
yeah.
putting it out there. And then we go on to find out that he fought against the fascists in the Spanish Civil War.
Yep.
And he ran guns to Ethiopia. So even though he had this checkered background that he couldn't go back to America, he was there fighting against the fascists not only in Spain but also in Ethiopia.
And I thought it was weird the chick was Norwegian, because the Norwegians weren't good then either.
Norwegians weren't what?
Good. Posings, posing, isn't that right?
Quisling.
Quisling, yeah, you go, Quisling.
I thought
Well,
she was
but-
Czechoslovakian in the movie.
No,
No.
she's Norwegian.
She's Norwegian.
Yeah, but Norway.
Well,
Although
but
invaded.
if my
No,
husband,
Norway sided with them.
I have to say, if
They
my
invaded
my
Norway.
husband
And with a
listens,
battalion.
if my husband listens to this
Like
podcast
1,000 people.
and someone just referred to women as chicks, There was not any baby chickens in this movie. There was a woman that you're referring to in this
I
movie.
say gals. I say.
Okay, but we
I
don't
say
call women
guys,
baby
gals,
chickens.
chicks,
I'm sorry, I
dudes.
correct my husband all the time because he'll talk about his soccer chicks playing, and I go, I'm not going to watch baby chickens play soccer. Exactly.
Can I ask another question?
Yes.
Humphrey Bogart. Did this movie like make Bogart? Was he already a big
Oh,
deal?
no. Oh, he
That
was
was
already a
already
big deal.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And he's-
Maltese Falcon.
Oh yeah, he's so
Yeah.
hot for a man that has a receding hairline.
Well, and Eddie said to me today when we
Sorry,
were,
Sam.
well, Sam's hair is more than receding, it's gone.
Ow!
Well,
It's a
mine's
harsh
gone, too.
Table here.
But
No, he's correct.
Sam's a lot
Bogart.
younger than me.
Bogart is so hot.
Now, Eddie said, in the movie, he's supposed to be 37 years old. Bogart actually was in the Navy in World War I.
Yeah, he's older.
Yeah, he was
So he's older, yeah.
Do you think what makes Bogart hot is his voice?
He's just, I hate
He
to say
just-
this
it's
because it's
him.
going to upset you.
He's a chick?
He's a man's man. He
Why is that gonna
drinks,
upset
he
me?
smokes. Excuse me, but I'm going to say it because
Girls find that attractive?
it's the 30s.
You gotta do more of that.
It's the 30s. I'm going to say it. He can slap a dame on the ass and get away with it like they did in the 30s. He is a bad boy who is a good boy.
Yeah, but the girls always like the bad boys.
Right.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Also, unlike Clark Gable, I don't think he had halitosis, and so that was good too.
Well,
I
there
do
you
not
go.
find Clark Gable attractive in
No.
any way, shape, or form.
Disagree.
King of Hollywood.
I loved what was the movie that he was in where?
It happened one
Oh,
day.
It happened
I
one
love-
night.
Oh, I love that movie. That's when
Yeah,
I was like,
I don't-
okay, I get Clark Gable. I get it.
Yeah, no. His
Disagree.
ears are like
Disagree.
satellite dishes on the side of his head.
Anyhow, there was they did have to make some changes to make sure that there was nothing about sexual innuendos in the movie to get through the Breen Committee.
To the code.
Yeah.
I read that.
And so if you notice when she comes there to try to get the thing and then
Yeah.
falls back, well, never fell out of love with him, but starts kissing him. And then it fade away, you think something's going to happen, but the next time you see him, he's still dressed up in the white tuxedo. So that was like getting it through the code that, they didn't do it.
You never really see like a bed or a couch or anything.
Right, yeah.
Do we think they did it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I like to think they did,
I don't know if they did or not.
but I don't know if they did or not. But anyhow,
I
that was
think
one
they
of the
did.
things that they, because they were always having to do that. Well, just like on Mrs. Miniver,
They had the two.
they had
beds.
3 kids, but they had 2 beds.
Yeah, the married couple has
Yeah.
separate beds.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Well, and Ward and June Cleaver did on Leave It to Beaver on TV. So, and Dick Van Dyke and Mary Tyler Moore did.
And when were those shows? Were in the 50s, right?
Yeah, 50s, late 60s, or late
Although
50s, early
I'm gonna have
60s.
to double check this with my mother, but I'm pretty sure my grandparents had the 2 beds in the same room.
Did they really?
Yeah. They had 4 kids.
With their separate twin beds. How uncomfortable.
I mean, David sometimes sleeps downstairs in the guest room just because there's so many dogs and cats, and
How
he
many?
comes to bed late. And well, we did have 2 dogs and 3 cats. We're now down to just 3 cats and the occasional foster dog. So
Okay, now back to the movie. Back to the
are
movie.
we having more drink? Because I feel like they drank throughout the movie, which
could get some
which
bourbon.
Would
we
you
have
like a
which we have
bourbon
not
or a cognac?
addressed.
How they drink all the time.
Yeah, the
talk
whole
about
movie.
it?
Sam's
is
going to go
like
get you
them
bourbon. You want
drinking.
bourbon? You'll get bourbon.
I'll
You
do
want
a
cognac?
bourbon. Which
You'll
would you
get
like?
cognac.
I don't think I like cognac.
I'll do a bourbon too, please. Thank you.
Ooh, 2 bourbons.
Rocks.
Okay, so as
Rocks neat.
we know,
Rocks, please.
No, Nate. They drank Nate.
as we know,
One neat one.
Warner Brothers, when they first announced the movie was being made, they announced that Ronald Reagan was going to be Rick Blaine. Dennis Morgan, who I've never heard of, was going to be Victor Laszlo. And Ann Sheridan was going to be Ilsa Lund.
Oh God, that's terrible.
Yeah. And fortunately, the producers stepped in and said, no.
Thank God. The
Yeah.
producers were great in this movie.
Yeah. Now, the other thing is, another interesting thing on the concluding scene where they're at the airport, okay? And you see the airplane in the back, okay? That was filmed in a sound studio. That airplane is not an airplane. It's a cutout of an airplane. And to give it the perception that it's a real plane off in the distance, they couldn't figure out how to do it until they got because this is all pre-CGI and everything, you know, they got a stroke of genius. So on that cut-up airplane, to make it look right perception-wise, they hired midgets.
Little people.
Now, and the documentary, they call them midgets.
I'm sure they did, because the documentary is older.
Are you a they, them, or us? So anyhow...
we are Legion, Father.
Say what?
We are Legion, okay?
We are what? Legion?
It's in the Bible.
Oh, okay.
I am Legion.
I'm Spartacus.
I'm Spartacus.
When Rio allegedly went to potty on our couch and Virginia wanted to know who did it, I stood up and said I did it. Then Eddie stood up and said he did it. Then Marty stood up and said he did it. And Frank stood up and said those three did it.
Sure.
But anyhow, so they used little people, to give that perception, which I thought was very interesting because I'd never known that. I was just like, wow. And then I heard it, and then I'm like, that was a pretty interesting way to do it. Yeah.
I thought they made an actual plane fly.
Yeah.
It looked like it.
Yeah, it was not. It was a cutout.
I always love to see the old movies where people are driving and you can tell they're obviously not driving.
You can see that in this
like
show.
so funny.
Well, and that was a fascinating thing, too, because they weren't sure how they were going to tell the backstory.
Yeah, I thought they did a nice
They
job
did
on
a
yeah,
that.
they
great
did a nice
job
job
on
of the
that.
backstory.
Yeah. And the other thing, 24, even though Steiner did not like the song, he was able to incorporate it 24 times into the overall theme of
it's
it.
a great
And
song.
it
He's
really
wrong.
carries the movie.
Yeah.
It does. It's a great movie.
It's like the
song.
rug ties the room together in The Big Lebowski. As time goes by, really ties that movie together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is like when you go back to them in Paris and then the Germans invade and you hear the Germans come over the,
Yeah.
loudspeakers and stuff and just how terrorizing that must have been for people.
I love it when he talks about, I remember it well, the Germans wore gray, you wore blue.
Yeah, that's a great line too.
It's a great line. So many great lines. And the other interesting thing, too, is so many of the people that are in the bar, the bartenders, the roulette guy, all those guys were actually war refugees from Europe.
Oh, wow.
A number of them were war refugees. They had been actors in all over Europe that fled Nazis taking over. So many of those people there were actually, in the movie, were actually refugees.
Remember the good old days when we thought Nazis were bad people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And The Rocketeer, which is a great movie. It was Marty Garris's first movie.
Yeah, he loved the Rocketeer.
And, originally the mobsters are working with the secret Hollywood guy who's actually a Nazi. But then when they realize that he's a Nazi, they're going, we hate Nazis! And the same thing with Indiana Jones.
Oh my God.
There's a
Hate
hot
Nazi.
Nazi in that, though.
And there's a hot Nazi in that.
A hot Nazi chick in that.
Oh boy.
Man.
I think I'll just sit over there.
Dinner with Dan is turning into something. But
Paul
anyhow,
and Eddie switch seats so Crystal can slap Eddie.
Doing homework.
yeah, he's doing homework. So anyhow, I think it's a great movie. I love it. I've always loved it. I always will love it. As you know, my basement's full of Star Wars. I love Star Wars. But if I could only take one movie with me to Mars, and I never had another movie to watch, I would take Casablanca. Nobody's even, to me, a close second. It would be Casablanca. It is the perfect movie.
I would still smuggle When Harry Met Sally in if I could.
I would not. I would take
Stick to the
Casablanca.
rules. So Dan,
'Cause I'm a rule follower.
See,
You're
I'm a rule breaker.
Yeah, there you go.
So
That's
Dan-
why you're in Washington, D.C., and
Dan-
I'm in flyover country.
Dan, I like history, so just when this movie was released, they released it in November. of 42 specifically because the invasion of North Africa just happened by
Right,
the U.S.
yeah.
and the UK. So for the audience, the viewing audience, it definitely would have been topical. And,
Yeah.
and Casablanca was, I guess, liberated or seized or whatever. So in the general release in January 43, this definitely would have been on everyone. People probably could have found Casablanca on a map for the most part, I think, by then.
Well, didn't they have a conference there?
Yeah, the Casablanca
Didn't
conference
Roosevelt
in
meet
Churchill.
with Churchill
Yep.
in Casablanca?
Yep.
And if you go out to the Dayton Air Force Museum, I believe they have that plane there that flew Roosevelt to Casablanca and to Yalta.
Yeah. Stalin was invited, but he was busy, so couldn't make it.
Man, are we gonna have
Was
to do one of our
Stalingrad.
girls'
Stalingrad.
trips
Exactly.
to
Well, he really
Casablanca?
was busy.
That'd be sweet.
No, he was, for real.
He was actually the one winning the war.
Yeah.
Oh, this is
Stalingrad.
always the weekly fight because Sam says the Russians won the war and Eddie is very upset about it every week.
Well, I mean, Sam does have a point.
No, they.
We
if
all
we
worked
didn't give
together,
them all
but
the
they did the
money,
biggest lifting.
they
Stalingrad.
just sent meat waves at people. That's all they did.
Oh, I'm not
Waves.
defending. I'm not defending.
And we
anything
paid
the
for
Soviets
everything.
did, but
We paid for it all.
they lost 20
sent
million
the meat
people on
waves.
the planes, and they turned the war around.
No, the nuclear bomb did. Didn't you watch that, Sam? If it wasn't for that.
Hitler being crazy. So.
Well, that helped.
Well, fortunately,
Hitler
World
being
War
crazy
II.
helped, yeah.
Fortunately, World War II will be the background for some upcoming movies, so we can revisit this.
We will be doing World War II.
I mean,
right?
Yeah.
In 1970,
Maybe not
Patton
to
wins
do-
Best Oscar, and it starts with the invasion of North Africa.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
we can
yeah.
refer back to Casablanca then.
Well, we can all agree it wasn't the French. They didn't help.
You gonna sing the song? Da, 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 da.
He's not really wrong.
That was a good scene.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a
He gives them the
resistance,
nod
but
to
there
go
was
ahead.
Yeah, I
a
guess, yeah.
Play it.
contribution.
Tips his hand there.
What'd you say, Sam?
No, he's not wrong. The French did not do much. The resistance made a minor contribution.
The resistance in so many countries. I mean, can you imagine?
Yeah, they
Like,
were. They
I
were
feel like I was reading a book once where it was like, over 80% of people that were in the resistance died, and they died within, months of
Tito
joining
was
up.
successful.
So,
Well, I'm gonna
When
stand
they
up.
caught them, they executed them right
Yeah.
away.
Yeah.
I'm going to stand up for a little bit for the French resistance. I knew a man very well, Leo McGarry, who's a Corpus Christi guy. He used to run the grocery store in the arcade before the arcade closed. And then he was hired by the Dayton Municipal Court to be head of Violations Bureau. And if you want to know what's going on in Dayton, you run the Violations Bureau at Dayton Municipal Court. Because like everybody comes to Rick, everybody comes to the Violations Bureau in Dayton Municipal Court. Leo was a great guy. He was about 5'2", 5'3". He was shot down. He was a co-pilot or a navigator or whatever on a B-17, shot down over France. Was rescued by the French underground,
Yeah.
and they moved him over a period of 6 or 7 weeks from one place to the next as the SS and the Gestapo were chasing him. And they got him to the English Channel, and they got him back across the channel.
Amazing.
So, and I knew Leo really well. He was a great guy. So,
The
they did some
bravery
things.
was
Sure.
incredible
Yeah.
Yeah.
of mostly just ordinary people.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
No doubt
Yeah.
about it. The French Resistance Museum in Lyon is one of my favorite museums I've been to. But you can't walk around any town in France without stumbling upon a marker or a statue of some type for resistance members who were murdered
Yeah.
on that site.
And you know how the movie starts with them shooting down the first guy. They shoot him in front of a mural of Marshal Pétain.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes.
I pointed that out.
You know, who was the hero of World War One,
He was.
and then he turned into
And then
being
he turned into one of the villains.
one of the villains of
Yeah.
World War Two. Yeah.
Yeah.
I really liked how this movie was shot. Like the lighting was really
Oh, the
cool.
lighting was
Oh,
fabulous.
The
Yeah,
scene where
you're
he's
right.
drinking alone.
Yeah.
The lighting is incredible now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was very interesting.
yeah. The cinematography was just fabulous
Yeah,
on
the way
this.
the downs, like the streets were shot,
Yeah.
was interesting.
Yeah,
The first poster I hung in my office when we moved into the new Dayton Municipal Court building in June of 1989 was Humphrey Bogart from Casablanca in the drinking scene. Sitting there, he's got the glass in front of him. The second poster I hung the same day was Richard Harris as King Arthur in Camelot. In Camelot, it never rains till after dark.
Oh my God.
Camelot. So anyhow,
So when was the first time you watched Casablanca?
oh, probably when I was a kid on TV, and you know, I've always loved it. By the time I started, it was one of Bill Platt's favorite
That's what you get
movies
for
as
calling
well.
girls chicks.
Well,
It was one of my.
can't hold a water, it seems.
Dia, you can go ahead and smack them or throw something at them. That'll be okay.
Sharp objects are encouraged.
Yeah.
Can you grab some little plates for the desserts?
Uh,
So nice. of
It
you
was
guys.
one of my father-in-law's favorite movies. And so when I found out it was Bill Platt's, one of his favorite movies, that's when I started acquiring books about Casablanca to give me something to talk to Bill about.
Nice.
Yeah. So he really liked it. And that's why Virginia really liked it. Until Daniel Day-Lewis, Under the Waterfalls.
Here, no, put the food on it and then we can cut it and then.
Is
Okay,
it all,
we just had a little accident here.
Is
Water
it all
got knocked
fruit?
over.
It's
Huh?
fruit, but there's ice cream too if you'd like ice cream.
Okay, because I don't like fruit on
Yes.
dessert.
You almost ate all the food here though. It's kind of impressive.
Yeah, I didn't eat the green beans.
So anyhow, any other comments?
I was just saying, my parents also loved the movie, so I had seen it, and I brought a book from Louisville that my mom had saved.
Yeah.
She had since like the 70s or whatever in film classes, and
Yeah.
it's about Casablanca. So.
Good stuff.
She should have ended up with Rick. That's all I know.
I mean,
We'll always have Paris.
You're not wrong.
We'll always have
We'll
Paris.
always have Paris. David and I will always have Paris.
Dan Garris made me a bucket. It's in my Paris room that says, "We'll always have Paris." Still have it.
Yeah.
We have a big thing in our living room that's the map that says we'll always have Paris
I
on
mean,
it.
I think the thing about Casablanca, a lot of people don't see the movie. They use the words of Casablanca all the time and
Yeah.
don't know it came from Casablanca.
Right.
For
yeah.
sure. Yeah.
You know,
Here's
play
looking
it.
at you, kid.
Here's looking at you, kid. Play it again, Sam. We'll always have Paris.
Yeah. And even though he never said play it
Yeah,
again,
he never
Sam,
Yeah, he
said
never
play
said
it
it.
again, Sam.
never says that.
Says
Oh,
play it.
Beginning
she
of
says
beautiful
play it,
friendship.
Sam.
Right.
Sam.
He said, "You played it for her. You can play it for me. Play it, Sam." He never.
Oh,
that-
but she
where that
says
comes
play it,
from
Sam.
is the Woody Allen movie. Play it again, Sam.
Right.
Woody Allen is
Play.
a pedophile and an evil person.
Yeah, but this is pre all that. Back when that was a very popular movie.
Probably Amazon subscriber too.
Pretty sure he wasn't pre.
Well, it was pre before it was known.
Pre-known.
So anyhow, wow, that's a heck of a looking dessert. Look at that.
That is crazy.
Dan said if I found something yummy,
I did.
That
Thank
looks
you.
yeah,
great.
it's a
There's
fruit tart, or as Dorothy Lane Market has to call it, a tarte aux fruits. So it's Frenchified for the
Did
sake
he
of
say it
Casablanca.
right? Did he say it right, Sammy?
Pretty good.
Thank you.
Okay, final comments.
I just a great week. I'm excited you came, Crystal, to listen and watch with us, and just an amazing movie. I could watch it again tonight.
And we will. Sam?
Yeah, I think it's the best movie for me. My personal favorite will always be The Big Lebowski because they say fuck so many times.
That's $5.
But
To the Virginia Maud Platt
I
Empowerment
loved
Fund.
it. It's I
Oh, I didn't
probably
know
have
about
to
that
rank it
rule.
number one.
Dia?
I think I like how.
Oh my God.
That's fair. That was a good movie.
Eddie?
He was looking at you.
There you go. Paul?
Yep, Casablanca number one for the ones we've seen so far.
Still remains number one for me, and my husband and I will always have Paris.
That's true, you will.
And thank you for having me. I'm excited to finally join a podcast.
You bet.
I'll be back. I'll be back for Gigi, hopefully.
Oh, you're coming back for Gigi?
Well, you
man.
know what? You know our cats are named Gigi and Gaston after the movie.
Eddie,
Speaking of pedophiles,
you don't want to be here
Speaking
for
of
Gigi.
pedophiles.
I mean, that movie is a pedophile movie.
Oh, then we're going to have a Nan Crystal smackdown.
It's not going to be so much.
Maybe
agreement.
I'll bring David in for that one.
Does
Yeah.
not age well.
Thank God for little girls.
Little girls, they get bigger all the time.
Every day.
It's gonna be a Gone with the Wind moment. It's-
Oh yeah, the Gone with the Wind. If you listen to Gone with I murdered Gone with the Wind on this podcast.
I'm sure you did.
Oh, yeah, she was upset.
Sure.
We're still taping, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Red lights on,
I'm going to end it up. I'm going to try to get through this.
of course.
To our listeners and my table mates tonight, allow me to end today's episode on a personal note. One year ago today, on March 1st, 2025, my beloved wife, Virginia Maud Platt, laughed her last laugh, smiled her last smile, and then closed her lovely green Irish eyes for the last time and began her journey in the great hereafter. It was the worst day of my life. Perhaps it would better be said it was a bittersweet day. That might sum it up better. Bitter because Virginia left my personal touch, but sweet because her earthly physical pain was over. Grief counselors alert you that the first will hit you hard. The first without your loved one by your side, be it birthdays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, anniversaries. I have now navigated through a year of firsts without my dear Virginia, and today is one of those firsts. And Eddie's been with me on this journey the whole way. It has been a rough road, but I know Virginia would want me and Eddie to keep moving forward. I can say that without the help of my family and friends, I would have long ago taken an exit ramp off that road. But my kids, Lily, Frank, Marty, and Eddie, and my grandchildren, Juniper, Shackleton, Joaquin, Freddie, Isabel, and just born 2 days ago, Vera, and all the members of the Garris and Platt families have always been there for me to keep me on the road. They have been my strong guardrails. And of course, my friends have always been there as well. My Legacy Pancake family, Pancake House family, my Five Oaks family, my Corpus Christi family, my Dayton Municipal Court family, and for the past 24 nights, my Dinner with Dan family. I initially did not want to do the podcast, which we found out was Crystal's idea tonight. I did not know that. But Nan persisted. And if you know Nan, sometimes you just got to do what Nan wants you to do. Her nickname as a child was Miss Bossy Boots. So Miss Bossy Boots did get me to do this podcast. And now I cannot imagine not doing the podcast. I especially love how we have undertaken one of Virginia and mine's bucket list project, that is watching all the Best Picture Oscar-winning movies in order from 1929 on. And today we have watched and reviewed 1943's Casablanca. When Virginia and I got married on May 30th, 1981, we danced our first dance as a married couple at our reception in the Kennedy Union on the campus of the University of Dayton. We danced, played on a grand piano to As Time Goes By, just like in the movie. That song was the heart and soul of the movie, and it was the heart and soul of our love for each other. To each and every family member and friend, and to strangers I have never met who have dialed into Dinner with Dan, thank you for keeping me on the road. Now for me, each day looks a little better than the day before. I delivered the eulogy at Virginia's funeral mass, and I ended my comments with the following line, which I now have used to end each episode of Dinner with Me. Godspeed and fair winds until we meet again.
Things apply as time goes by. And when two lovers woo, they still say I love you. On that you can rely. No matter what the future brings as time goes by. Moonlight and love songs are never out of date. Hearts full of passion, jealousy and hate. Woman needs man, and man must have his mate that no one can deny. It's still the same old story, a fight for love and glory, a case of do or die. The world will always welcome lovers as time goes by. Moonlight and love songs are never out of date. Hearts full of passion, jealousy and hate. Woman needs man, and man must have its mate that no one can deny. It's still the same old story, a fight for love and glory, a case of do or die. The world will always welcome a lover